If you are a first-time Carnival cruiser thinking about sailing on the Radiance, then you need to watch this ultimate compilation of all the Radiance videos that I've made so far. We're going to do a tour, Carnival cruise ship Radiance. This is the port. This is where you will come to check in and get started. You will come through here, you'll do your security checks, all those fun things for embarkation, and you will get in and you will meet these lovely people. And this is the gangway. You will walk onto the ship. This is at Long Beach. So when you get onto the ship, this is going to be the entrance. This is the lobby or the atrium. This is where you first walk in. So you can see the atrium here, some fun things that happen. A lot of people like coming here. It's also one of the bars. We're going to actually go upstairs. We're going to check out the Lido deck. This is what's called the Lido deck. This is kind of the outside or the upstairs part of the ship. Here you can see a fun party. It's a very much kind of like the fun party atmosphere that everyone's there. That's why I'm wearing my fun party shirt. You can see, here we go. We're walking outside. There's so many deck chairs. There's places for you to hang out, to get some sun. There's a swimming pool. There's a couple bars there. You can see a huge LED screen. We're gonna kind of make our way to walk upstairs. You can see there's the water slide again. Here is one of the deck areas that you can still kind of overlook the area. And you can see they've got live music sometimes, which is so much fun. Here is the smoking area. There's one on each side of the ship. So you've got port side and starboard side are the smoking areas. And then here you can see coming back to the atrium. This is what you're going to be walking around. So when you first get on the ship, you're going to walk around, and before your room's ready, you can just kind of walk around the ship. You can do all kind of the fun stuff. You can go on the water slide. I did it. It's super fun. I actually really enjoy it. I love water slides. And that's the kind of whale tail for the ship. You can see this like an outdoor adventure area. And this is the aft part of the ship. This is the back. You say aft on a ship. And you can see this is the Serenity area. This is for adults 21 and over. So this is an area where you don't have to worry about babies crying or kids running around, things like that. So this is a sunning area. It's on both sides of the ship. One side of the ship has 2 levels. And then the other side of the ship, actually, I think it both has 2 levels. But so coming back, you can see from the Serenity deck, you can come back out and make sure on embarkation day, you go and do the safety check. This is really important to make sure that you do that. Then we're going to walk down this long hallway and we're going to go to our room. So this is the interior cabin of the room, and you can kind of check it out. This is one of the smallest cabins. I'm frugal. I make my dollar stretch, so I got this room. It's perfectly good for me. I did it myself. I have asked for the 2 twin beds to be pushed together to make a king. And here you can see the closet area. You have 2 kind of closet spaces designed for 2 people. So you can see all the hangers that they have. You can hang up your clothes. And here is the bathroom area. It's not too spacious, but it's not too small either. The shower area is a little bit tiny. You can see that there. You've got the bathroom. And yeah, kind of most of your normal stuff. Every day they do make these little towel animals. It's really cute. When you come home from a fun day, you can see that. I did set up my TV. If you get an HDMI cable, you can actually watch TV on it, watch a movie. So I did that. Here we are. This is back to the atrium, to the lobby, and you can see that a lot of people gather here. This is a fun bar. And they have lots of fun events. They do things. And here, this is Cloud 9. This is both a spa and a gym. You can see this is a spa area. And we're going to walk into the gym area. They've got free weights. They've got a bunch of machines. It's actually a pretty nice space. I've been working out, so I came here to get my workout on. You can see this is an area. They do some classes here and stuff like that. They've got towels, water, all the balls. I don't know what you call them. You've got all the machines. So you've got the treadmills, you've got the exercise bikes, and then kind of the free, and then you've got the machines for working out and stuff. Great area. All right. And here we have the Limelight Lounge. This is actually the main entertainment area. This is an amazing space. The show is so awesome. So I highly recommend and encourage you to go watch that. Because I'm in production AVL, I was checking out all the equipment. These are the lights, everything that's in there. So much fun. All right, let's check out a little bit more of the inside of the ship. We are going to start with the casino. Here you can see they've got this space, all kinds of games. They do have kind of your normal casino like roulette. You've got crap. You've got the normal kind of table games. They even have video poker. This is me playing video poker. I had a drink there. This is one of the bars. This is the casino bar. Here you can see this is a Red Frog pub bar. They do fun things. Also here they have a stage. So they do live music, entertainment, all kinds of other stuff. And here, this is the Alchemy Bar. This is one of the other bars. They make all kinds of really cool cocktails and stuff like that. And then finally, this is a Heroes Bar. This is also right off of the atrium. You can watch sports here. They've got all the games, football, baseball, things like that. Now let's get to the good stuff. For me, the good stuff is the food on the ship. I love cruising for the food. So here is the main dining room. So this is where you will go if you have anytime seating. There's two ways to have your main meals. You can have seating where you have, I think it's like 5 or 9, something like that, where you always go at the same time. I prefer anytime dining where I can go with the app. I'll go and say, hey, check in. I want to eat, and do that anytime. I like that. I like the flexibility of that. Here you can see these are some of the breakfast dishes that I've had. This is corned beef hash and salmon. Then this was eggs Benedict. That was delicious. Then you've also got your traditional French toast. This was more lox again. I asked for a double order. I also got the apples. They have caramel apples. This was an omelet, and this was the French toast, creme brulee grapefruit. So that was pretty nice also. So one of the things you have to do is on sea day, you want to get this. You want to go to the main dining room because they have amazing breakfast. I had steak and eggs. This was a sirloin steak, 12-hour French toast. That was amazing. Now let's get to dinner. Okay, so in the main dining area, not only can you go for breakfast, you can go for dinner. So here, this is dinner. This is an appetizer. This was calamari. It was okay, caprese thing. And here we have frog legs. Wasn't my favorite. I really miss escargot. They don't have it on sailings that are less than 7 days now, which is kind of a bummer. Let's get into the actual main course for dinner. One of the nights I had these ribs. These were really good. One night they had prime rib. Love prime rib. I had some of that. Then this was some sort of pork rib thing. And then I had duck. This was really good. Let's get into the desserts. Creme brulee. Oh, and this is baked Alaska. Neapolitan ice cream, strawberry vanilla chocolate wrapped in a meringue cake, and then baked. It is so good. I highly recommend it if they have this on your sailing. This was so good I had 2. You can ask for more than just one. In fact, you can ask for 2 entrees, and you can ask for a few appetizers for a few desserts. Oh, this was tiramisu. That tiramisu was really good. All right, now let's get to some of the more casual or fast dining across the ship. This is Guy's Pig and Anchor. This is a barbecue thing. This place is only open on embarkation day and sea days. So make sure you go on those days. Any other days, you will not be able to go, and they're only open for lunch. Moving on, this is another one of Guy Fieri's thing. This is his burger joint. These burgers are some of the best burgers I've ever had anywhere, not just on a cruise, but anywhere. They are delicious. You can get all kinds of different ones. This is the Cantina. This is the kind of taco Mexican place. This is the Italian place. You do have to pay for it if you go for dinner, but hey, fun fact. If you go during lunch, you can get it for free, and you can get kind of a sampler, a taste of what they offer. So this is lunch. This was the lasagna. It was pretty good. The meat was, it was amazing. Paschetti thing and a salad. All right, let's move on to the buffet. I kind of feel like the buffets, they're not my favorite. The buffet on this ship on the Carnival Radiance is actually pretty small, and so I preferred the other places. Here is the Seafood Shack. This place, you do have to pay for it, but it was amazing. I had the lobster roll, and I am definitely going back. Another place that you do have to pay extra for is this Java Blue Cafe. They have espresso, fancy coffees, and they also have these desserts. This is another place that you do have to pay for, Fahrenheit 555. It's a steakhouse. If you go on the first day, embarkation day, you do get a free bottle of wine. That was amazing. I got that. $50 a person. And I'm going to give you my honest review. I had the lobster bisque. This was some butter that they pour out onto it, and it kind of melted. It was okay. It wasn't the best I've ever had, but it was decent. This was a mushroom risotto. It was actually pretty good. This was a chef thing that they brought out just for you. I didn't order it. Appetizer that they gave me. It was okay. For the main dish, I had the ribeye. It was kind of a seasoned blackened ribeye. It was okay. It wasn't really cooked great. The flavor kind of seemed like it was just surface. It really didn't kind of seem like the seasoning penetrated into the steak. It was just kind of on top. I'm not sure if I'll go back. The experience, the kind of ambiance, that was amazing. I did love that. And the service was amazing. All the waiters and waitresses were amazing. For dessert, I had this kind of caramel apple thing. I really wanted to have the chocolate orb dessert thing. I really wanted that, but I'm allergic to peanuts and they said that it was in there, so I couldn't have that. A couple final other things. Here are some sunset pictures and time lapses that I took on the ship. You usually do get to see some amazing sunrise and sunsets while you're on the ship, so I highly recommend doing that while you're on there. Just popping in to see how you're doing. From my perspective, you're doing great. Make sure you do not ruin your cruise vacation with these 11 must-do things when you first get inside your cruise cabin. Because it is so easy to get swept up in the excitement of a cruise vacation. It is crucial to take a few minutes to do these things when you first get access to your cabin. This can be the difference between an amazing cruise vacation and one that gets ruined. Woo! You are on a cruise! The next best thing to getting on the ship is hearing the cruise director announce that your cabin is ready. Take note of these crucial things to do when you first get in your cabin. First thing, there are so many fun things to do on embarkation day that it is tempting to rush into our rooms and furiously unpack or make ourselves at home. But I promise you, take a few minutes now and take some photos and videos of your stateroom. It will never look as spotless and amazing as it does this minute. And you might not post those photos with your unmentionables everywhere.
I thought I had more space!
With your room looking a mess. So now is the time to do this. It only takes a few minutes. Take those photos, take those videos now. Even if you don't think you are going to post anything, if you don't have social media, sometimes just having those memories are going to be incredible. Number 2, after taking those amazing photos and videos, check out the bed configuration. Did you want both beds pushed together to make a giant fort bed? Or did you actually want separate beds? Now is a great time to phone or meet your cabin steward if things are not set up the way you want. All right, number 3. I know some of you out there like to walk on the wild side, but there are others of you who see danger at every corner. For the cautious-minded cruiser, now is the time to sanitize and wipe down everything in your cabin. Personally, I trust the cabin stewards to do their job and I do not worry about this, but I know that there are some of you who think about this and now is the time to do that. Number 4, while you are sanitizing your room, take some time to check under the beds. Well, not for monsters, but in this case, check for anything that the last cruiser might have left behind that the cabin steward missed. You can also look to see if there's anything out of the ordinary or if there's something missing. You can also check the drawers to make sure that there is nothing in there as well. Number 5, bathroom check. Now that you have sanitized and checked your main living quarters, go into the bathroom and check everything in there as well. You can clean and sanitize everything as well as check if you have tissues, toilet paper, soap, body wash, and shampoo. Make sure the water, both hot and cold, works for the sink, shower, and the toilet. On one of my last sailings, the hot water did not work for the first half of my cruise, and I got to take some invigorating cold showers. Number 6, check that the TV and remote works, that your mini fridge is cold, that your TV works, that you have batteries for your remote, that all of your lights and lamps work, all of your doors work and open easily, and even check that your mattress is soft enough. If it isn't, you can request a mattress topper. Number 7, now is the time to bring in your carry-on and put anything that you want or need in your room safe, and also check to make sure that it's empty. Before we continue with the next tips, I want to hear from all of you. What are some tips that you have for making the most of your cruise cabin, and what are some mistakes that you might have made? Number 8, check your mini fridge. Okay, quick note. On Carnival, these are actually technically not fridges. They technically aren't supposed to be used for things like medication, but you can use it to cool down beverages or water, things like that. There might be items left over in there, or it might be a mini bar style that they might charge you for something. And if you want to use the mini bar for something else, you can ask your room attendant to remove those items so that you won't be charged. Number 9, speaking of your cabin attendant, now is a great time to meet them. Usually the cabin attendants are great at finding you and introducing themselves, but you can also go find them and introduce yourself, as they will be taking care of you the entire cruise. When you meet them, make sure to thank them. You can also give them a tip if now is the time that you want to do that. You can also make any special requests or ask for anything that you want brought to your room. Extra towels, hangers, mattress toppers, even a wine corker. There are so many things that they can get you if you ask. Number 10, put your magnetic hooks up and unpack. There is a chance that your checked bags have not been dropped off yet, but if they have, or if you brought all of your bags yourself, this is a great time to unpack. Of course, I know there are some of you who will never unpack, and that is totally fine. But if you are one of those organized types of people, now is a great time to unpack and make yourself at home so the rest of the cruise you can kick up your feet and relax. Number 11, put out your do not disturb sign. If you want to christen the room and do not want to be disturbed, then make sure you put out the sign. Also, make sure to put the sign back inside when you want them to clean your cabin. Are you going on your first Carnival cruise? Watch this video for the top 10 tips for first-time cruisers. Here's your first tip. You want to check in as soon as possible. You are paying for 4 days on your ship. Embarkation day counts as one of those days, so why not make the most of it? So I personally try to get the earliest check-in time possible because it is much easier to be delayed and show up later than it is to show up earlier. If you show up at 9 a.m. and your check-in time's at 12, they're going to make you wait outside.
Failure.
All right, so once you have checked in, you want to make sure you download the Carnival Hub app. You want to make sure you do this when you have Wi-Fi. Do this on land because Wi-Fi and internet connection is kind of spotty once you get on the ship and not guaranteed. Then you also want to make sure while you are checking in, you can make dining reservations. Pro tip, if you get a reservation and you have dinner at the steakhouse on your first night, they give you a free bottle of wine. I personally purchase a bunch of bottles of water to get delivered to my stateroom on the first day. This makes it easier. I don't have to lug around a water bottle or find water or bring it myself. I just show up and it's there. And the price is actually pretty reasonable considering the fact that you're on a cruise ship. Speaking of that, the second tip is what to pack. If this is your first time on a cruise, especially a Carnival cruise, you might not know what to pack. Bring 2 types of luggage or 2 bags. The first one is a carry-on bag that you bring with you, you carry on to the ship on your first day. The second one is a checked bag that you will give to a porter and they will bring it to onto the cruise ship and put it inside your state or outside your stateroom so you don't have to carry it. Tip number 3 is talking about this carry-on bag. So for this carry-on bag, you want to pack all the things that you need to carry onto the ship on embarkation day. So one of the most important things is your identification. You want to bring ideally a passport, or you can bring a driver's license and birth certificate. It's much easier if you have a passport, so I highly recommend bringing that. You also want to bring some money, some cash, for tips. I like bringing my swimsuit in my carry-on bag so I can change and I can enjoy the pool and the spa on embarkation day, and I don't have to wait to get my checked luggage. You also want to bring your medications, anything else you need to survive or you need for that first day, or you get a delay in getting your luggage, you have access to all this stuff. I also bring a bottle for water. I did say that I buy the bottles of water, but I still bring a bottle just so I can have it with me when I'm walking around the ship, I have water. I personally don't do this, but Liv and Maddie, you guys might want to do this, is to bring some alcohol. You can bring 1 bottle of champagne or wine with you on board. You can also bring up to 12 pre-sealed cans of soda or juice. You do need to bring it with you and carry it with you on your carry-on. So personally, I don't think it's worth the hassle to have to carry around all that stuff. But if you want to do that,
you go, Glen Coco.
Tip number 4 is what you bring in your checked bag. All right. So one is you want to make sure you have kind of that suitcase that you can pack all your stuff into. Of course, you want to bring clothes. You don't want to overpack, but you don't want to underpack either. Personally, if it's your first time, bring a little bit more just because you're not really sure what you're going to wear, what you won't wear. So bring a little bit more is a little bit safer. You definitely want to bring some comfortable shoes that you are going to be walking a lot in. So bring some comfy shoes. You also want to bring some nice dress-up clothes for formal night. For the guys, I personally wear a suit and a collared shirt. Recently, in the past few years, the kind of formal nights have been a lot less formal, and they're more kind of like a dress to impress kind of night. So don't feel like you really need to dress up all fancy if you don't want to. But do know that there are kind of certain restrictions. You can't wear shorts, you can't wear flip-flops, things like that. There is an 80s glow night. So if you are one of those people that wants to be extra and dress up for that, you can pack your 80s gear, your glow sticks, all of that fun stuff for that night. Let's get to things to pack for your room. I personally bring an air freshener, and I bring a car air freshener and a personal USB fan. Take that air freshener, I clip it into the fan, and then when I'm done with cruise, I can use that car air freshener in my car. Speaking of air fresheners, I bring little poopery. There's a link for all of these things that I buy and recommend. There's links to that below, so you can check that out. I bring some poopery to keep the bathroom smelling nice and fresh. Speaking of bathrooms, in the bathroom, you get shampoo and body wash. There's like a dispenser in the shower. Not the biggest shower, but it's enough. It does its job. If you like a particular brand of shampoo and or you want conditioner, you need to bring your own. Power. At least the interior rooms that I usually get, there's 2 outlets, and you usually want more, especially if you have a few people in your room. So you probably want to bring an extension, like a thing that allows you to plug in more things. Just be aware that you cannot bring anything with surge protection. This is a no-no on a ship because of the fire hazard. So make sure it does not have a surge protector, and also make sure you bring like your phone charger for your iPhone, things like that. Also, you can bring wrinkle release spray because there is no iron in the room. It's not like a hotel. Remember, there is the fire hazard. So you do not have an iron. You do not have access to an iron in your room. So you can bring some wrinkle release spray. You can also hang up your clothes in the bathroom to steam out the wrinkles. Embarkation day. All right, we are here. We are ready to get on our ship. All right, so you're going to make your way to Long Beach. And, here's a map for that. It's the Long Beach Pier and Cruise Ship Terminal. I like to plan getting there around 10:30 a.m. And I do this because most of the time they don't even let you onto the ship until around 11. So I figure if I get there around 10:30, I go through security, I go through kind of all that stuff. When you get to the cruise ship terminal, you're going to park in the parking garage. Know that it costs $23 a day to park your car. I think it's worth it. I just do it. Once you do that, I take a photo of where my car is so that I don't forget where I parked. Then you get all your stuff, you go down and you bring your carry-on bag and your checked bag. You give your checked bag to the luggage porter. Make sure you tip him, take care of him. And then you go into the embarkation station and you go through all the security. This is also why on your carry-on, you make sure you have your identification and also print out your itinerary, your thing that shows you that you're there. For your luggage, with your check-in luggage, you want to print out there's a tag when you check in. You want to print this out, and you can either kind of staple it to your bag, or I personally buy these luggage tags, link below, just to make it so that those won't rip off, that your luggage won't get lost. So I affix this to my luggage when I check it in. Then with your carry-on bag, have your identification and you'll go through security. I'll make sure you don't bring anything illegal like my CBD gummies for sleep. I cannot bring those, things like that. Don't bring a gun. Don't bring anything. If you're not sure, check the Carnival website for things that are not allowed. All right, tip number 6, your phone on the cruise and what you're going to do with your phone. You want to make sure you bring your phone. Yes, you can unplug. You can kind of make sure you are contacted, you don't have Wi-Fi, all that stuff. But you do want to make sure that you have your phone because this is how you access the Carnival app. And this is where you can do things like you can see all the activities. You still get a sheet that shows you what all the next activities are, but the app will actually show you all the activities for the entire week. And you can also look onto the menu to see, what type of food you want. While you're on your phone, make sure you put your phone into airplane mode. This prevents you from having roaming charges. So, Maddie and Luis, I know you have international plans, but you still might get hit with random roaming charges because you're on a ship. The other thing to do is once you sign on to the Carnival app, I personally pay for the messaging. It's only $5 for the entire week. And this means that you can message other people, that you meet other people in your group without having to worry about messages and all of the roaming fees that come with that. Tip number 7, your first day on the ship. Woo! All right, we are here. Make sure on embarkation day, you go and do the safety check. This is really important to make sure that you do that. All right, the first thing that I like doing is heading straight to lunch.
Burger.
And the place that I go to is Guy's Pig and Anchor, the barbecue place. After I have lunch, if it's warm enough, you can also throw that swimsuit on. That's why it's my carry-on. Throw that swimsuit on and enjoy the pool, the spa, soak in some of the sun and the rays outside. The other thing you can do is walk around and get to know the ship, which leads us to tip number 8, and that's finding your way around.
It's not just big, it's huge.
And it can be really daunting and it can be hard to find things. So here are a few pro tips. Make sure you watch this Carnival Radiance cruise ship tour where I talk about and I show all the things on the cruise ship so you know what things you want to check out and where things are. All right, tip number 9 is about the food. This is my favorite thing about cruising. I love the food there. It's probably the reason that I do it. As I mentioned earlier, on embarkation day, I go to Guy's Pig and Anchor Barbecue.
Barbecue.
They are only open 2 days, on embarkation day and on sea day. Also, they're only open for lunch. You have only these 2 opportunities to get this amazing barbecue. Another place that's only open for lunch is Guy's Burger Joint. They have some of the best burgers, not just on a cruise ship, but anywhere. I love going there for lunch. Just remember, you can only get the burger for lunch. Another place that has limited time is the BlueIguana Cantina. You can only get breakfast or lunch there. Another pro tip is that the Italian place, you normally need to pay extra for it, but if you go there for lunch, you can get that for free. So I will do that, kind of check out the sampler of the Italian cuisine without needing to pay for it. Another pro tip is you can order as many appetizers and desserts as you want. What is included in the price of your cruise are 2 main dinner dishes. Okay, so we have had an amazing time on our cruise. Now, unfortunately, it is time to leave. This brings us to tip number 10 for debarkation day. So this is the day that we leave our cruise, and here are some tips to make your life easier for this day. So on debarkation day, one of the things that I like doing is I carry all of my luggage off the cruise with me. So I know I said that on embarkation day, I give a porter my checked bag so that they can bring my luggage onto the ship. But on debarkation day, I prefer bringing it off myself because then I don't have to wait around, look for my luggage. It's just easier for me. However, if you do want to have that convenience, that carry off where someone brings your bag, your checked bag off, you will need to pack it and have it ready in your outside your stateroom the night before. Then also make sure that you leave a few things out of your checked bag. things like your pajamas, your toiletries, and a change of clothes for the next day. You don't want to be that person that puts everything into your checked bag and realize that, shoot, I don't have any clothes. So if you are doing that, make sure you follow this pro tip so you don't get stranded. On deembarkation day, I love going to the main dining room. Breakfast is still being served. I love just kind of relaxing, having my last breakfast there to get my most bang for the buck. And then I just leave when I'm ready. Feel free to hang out for a while. They will kick you out eventually, but you can leave whenever. If you want to, get off the ship early, kind of miss the crowds, you can just leave. They will tell you that there are certain times when they'll call you by stateroom or deck, but honestly, they don't care. They just want you off the ship. So if you want to leave and they haven't called your deck yet, just leave. I hope you're learning a lot and enjoying my old hairstyle. Are you nervous about your first cruise on the Carnival, Panorama, Serenity, or Radiance? Don't be, because this is your ultimate guide for sailing out of Long Beach. From parking to boarding, I will show you exactly what to expect and how to plan your cruise with confidence. At the end, I will even show you the one thing you need to avoid when you get on the ship. My name is Ruben and I am not a cruise expert, but I grow my own hair. First things first, when you see Los Angeles on Carnival's website, they really mean Long Beach. That's where this cruise terminal is. So don't let the name fool you. Also, keep your eyes peeled for some hidden ducks in this video. Comment their timestamps below, and if you find them all, you might get a shout out in my next video, like Chris with a C or Chris with a K. The Long Beach Cruise Terminal is about 23 miles from LAX and 12 miles from Long Beach Airport. Super convenient if you are flying in. Remember to fly in the day before. If you are driving, open your map program and type in Carnival Cruise Lines, which is way easier than 213 Windsor Way, Long Beach. Either way, when you are driving here, you will not see any signage for Carnival, which can be very confusing. But don't worry, I will make this easy. Look for anything that says Queen Mary and follow those directions. That will get you here. Now, whether you drive or fly, when you first get to the cruise terminal, you will get to this entrance. For bigger ships like the Panorama, this can be quite a traffic jam. So if you are getting dropped off, turn left here into the Queen Mary parking lot if you are okay walking a little bit. This can shave an hour off of your wait time. If you are driving, follow these lines and do one of two things. If you are allowed to park on site, you can skip this line and you can turn left to head straight into the parking lot. Now, if you want to drop your bags off with the porters first and or drop some passengers off, you will need to keep driving and then turn left into either of these two lanes. If you are dropping luggage off with the porters, make sure you keep these essential things with you. Your printed boarding pass, the required documentation. Don't worry, I will explain everything you need to know about this later. Also, keep anything else you will need your first few hours on board. I have heard of rare cases of luggage getting lost, so bring with you anything you need just in case something dramatic like this happens. If you are parking at the terminal, there is this huge multi-story parking garage that costs $23 per day. And as of right now, there is no ability or need to make a reservation. You just pay when you leave. Pro tip, look for this big dome on your left-hand side when you are parking. And this corner with stairs and elevator is the closest you're gonna get. If you are sailing on the Panorama, they make everyone park off-site.
What do you mean everyone?
Even if you are sailing on the Serenity, I have heard that there are some times when the lot is full and they will make people park off-site as well. But I personally have not experienced that myself. If you are parking off-site after you drop your passengers and bags off, then type in and search for the Long Beach Convention Center, as most of the time that is where you are going to be parking off-site. The entrance to the parking structure is off East Seaside Way, so you can also search for that and look for this road. You go all the way down to the end and turn right. Park your car where they tell you and walk out to the street where a bus will come pick you up. It took me about an hour from first getting to the cruise terminal to getting back there from the bus. So if you are driving, here is your 3-step game plan. Drop off, park, then board. Have your printed boarding pass ready and available, as well as your documentation. Stick with me. I'm going to break this down. You will need a non-expired government issued ID, as well as either a passport or a birth certificate. Your passport cannot expire within 6 months of your sailing. As of right now, Long Beach only sails to Mexico, but if that ever changes, or if you are going somewhere else, you might need a passport or a permanent resident card, as well as potentially a travel visa. A lot of people are confused right now about the whole real ID thing. To help clarify, as of right now, you do not need a real ID to get on a Carnival cruise. However, you might need one if you are flying. Now, if this video is already helping you out, smash that subscribe button for more Carnival videos from me. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and I will really appreciate it. Before you check in and go through security, if you have a few minutes, check out this area right here to the right of the cruise terminal. It has this area where you get a great view of not only the harbor, but the ship, and it is perfect for some photos to kick off your vacation. Carnival's cruise terminal is this big white dome. You can't miss it. There is also a ton of signage and people directing you where to go. The lines can get crazy long, but there are some bathrooms outside here if you need. If you are Diamond, Platinum, or have Faster to the Fun, there is a separate line that is theoretically faster. Let me know in the comments below when your next Carnival cruise is. And have you sailed out of Long Beach? What are your tips to help other people out? Security is similar to the airport TSA. Remember, Carnival follows federal laws, so no naughty stuff. Once you get through security, you get to this waiting area. There is guest services if you need to talk to someone before you get on board. In the waiting area, I met so many amazing people and fans before my cruise even started. All right, this is Kevin and Charity. Hi. Everyone, this is Lindsay and Priscilla.
I'm Del Moose Lodge.
Nicole and Ty. This is Kim and Patrick. Emma.
I'm Taylor.
Jennifer.
Hi.
Jojo. What's your name? Sophia. Christina. There are photo ops to get started because, well, you are officially on vacation. There are also some restrooms here. Pro tip, check out these video games that you could play for free. While you are waiting, take some time to download the Carnival Hub app if you have not already. You are going to need this while you are on board. Also, since you still have phone service, check out this playlist with tours of all the Long Beach Carnival ships so you can get even more excited about the fun that's to come. Usually around 11 a.m., they start calling groups to board the ship.
So at this time, we are now boarding our diamond guests.
So listen up and wait for your boarding group to be called. The earlier your check-in time, the earlier your group boarding will get called. Once your group gets called, take out your boarding pass to show it to these people here. You can now either take the elevator, which can have quite a wait, or walk up this ramp. When you get to the top, you will join another line to show them your boarding pass one more time. Now, you've made it through security, all the lines, the parking, but get ready for the fun stuff. I'm going to show you the first thing you need to do and the one thing that you need to skip. I know you are super excited to get on board, but take a moment to savor walking down the aisle. There are some great photo opportunities, and you can let the anticipation build. Woo! You are on board! The two things you need to do right away are to go to the muster drill and put your phone in airplane mode. My last sailing, I got so carried away that I forgot my own advice and almost ended up with a crazy cell phone bill. So make sure you do this the minute you get on the ship. If you have Faster to the Fun, you can drop your bags off in the room, but you still have to leave and wait until all the cabins are ready, which is usually around 1 or 1:30. Now, the one thing I never do on embarkation day is go to the Lido buffet because it is crazy. For some better food, check out Guy's Burger or Pig and Anchor Barbecue, since they are only open on embarkation and sea days. Oh, you're still here. Here's a bonus duck for you real fans. Did you know there is an exclusive secret restaurant hidden on board the Carnival Radiance cruise ship?
Wait, what?
There are also 8 free restaurants and 6 paid restaurants on board this cruise ship. I'm gonna rank them all from worst to first, give you a tour of all of them, and give you a few secret tips and tricks. Lemony? Whether you have been on board the Carnival Radiance dozens and hundreds of times, or you've never been on board, I guarantee that you are going to learn something new. Watch to the end where I show you about this secret hidden restaurant and how you can get in. Today we are talking about all 14 restaurants on board the Carnival Radiance cruise ship. If you want a tour of the Radiance cruise ship, check out this video for my 11-minute Carnival Radiance tour. Let's get started. First of all, when you get on the Carnival Radiance, there are 2 types of restaurants that you need to know about. First, there are the inclusive or free restaurants. These are the restaurants that you get as part of your cruise ship fare, and you do not need to pay anything extra to eat on them. Most of the restaurants, in fact there are 8 of them, are free. You don't have to pay anything, and this is part of what makes cruising amazing, are all the free or included options. So let's rank the free restaurants from worst to first. Number 8, the Lido Buffet. This one kicks off as the worst because I think it is the worst dining option on board the Carnival Radiance. Of course, there are times when I will go there, I will grab something because nothing else is open, and sometimes they just have food that is available that you can't get anywhere else. For the most part, I think the quality and options are much better on any of the other restaurants. And this place is usually packed. If you do want to go to the Lido Buffet, it is on deck 9, the Lido deck, and it is close to the aft or the back of the ship. They do have all kinds of options. You can see that they've got the salad bar here, they've got dessert, and here in the center aisle, this is where you can see 4 different lines forming where you can go and serve yourself your traditional buffet. It is a little bit on the smaller side. There aren't quite as many options, but there are a few things that you cannot get anywhere else. Fun tip, starting November 2024, John Hild from Carnival announced that they are bringing back the midnight buffet. So starting at midnight, you are going to be able to get some foods, your midnight snack on here at the Lido Buffet. Here are 2 cool hacks that you can use at the Lido Buffet. The first hack is for you coffee drinkers. Take your coffee and add in some hot chocolate from the hot chocolate station to make a free mocha. Hack number 2 is to make your own lemony? Hack number 2 is to make your own lemon slushy. Get some ice cream or frozen yogurt, then add in some lemonade and stir, and voila, you've got a lemonade slushy. Thank you, Professor Melissa, for that amazing tip. Number 7 is the Carnival Deli. All right, they actually have some pretty great sandwich options if you are craving a sandwich. Remember, this hack for later is that they serve pretzel buns. The Carnival Deli is on deck 9, the Lido deck. It is close to the buffet, and it is on the port side or left side of the ship. Number 6 is the BlueIguana Cantina. This is on deck 9, the Lido deck, and it is in the center of the ship where all of the action is happening. They are open for breakfast and lunch. You can get all sorts of great Mexican options here. Fun tip is to get a breakfast burrito here if you do not want your traditional breakfast at the buffet or the main dining room. I know a lot of you love the BlueIguana Cantina. Up next is number 5. I know a lot of you also love Shaq's Big Chicken because they have some amazing chicken sandwiches, and you can get a breakfast biscuit chicken sandwich. Their hot honey is awesome on it. Shaq's Big Chicken is on deck 9, the Lido deck, and it is in the aft. Coming in at number 4 is Pizzeria di Capitano. This is on deck 9, the Lido deck, and it is in the aft, and this is where you can get amazing pizza. They used to be open till 4 a.m., but just recently in November 2024, it was announced that they are closing this place at midnight. However, don't worry, you can still get your pizza fix in the Lido buffet at midnight or after. All right, number 3 is the main dining room, or MDR. There are actually 2 main dining rooms on board the Carnival Radiance cruise ship. The first one is the Sunrise restaurant. This is where you have set dining either at 5 or 8, and you will always eat at the same time every day. Now, to get there, this is right off deck 3, right off the main atrium, right here, the same area when you first get on the cruise ship. The other main dining room is the Sunset restaurant. This one is in the back in the app. Both of these, Sunrise and Sunset, they are both on deck 3 and deck 4. If you have any time dining, I recommend using the Carnival Cruise Hub app because you can check in, so you don't have to stand around and wait to get your table. Another great thing about the Carnival Cruise Hub app is that you can see all of the menus for every night that you are staying on the ship. If you are the type of person that likes to plan ahead, like I am, you can see what every night offers so you can plan all of your stuff around your food. That's what I do. Now, as you are planning your food, here are a few must try. For the appetizer, I highly recommend the crawfish strudel. The main dish must try is the short braised rib. These are amazing, so good, and it falls apart as you stick your fork into it. A must-try dessert is the Baked Alaska. If you hadn't had Baked Alaska before, it is ice cream with a meringue cake around it, and it is torched and lit on fire. It is definitely an experience. I will be honest, it is sometimes hit or miss, so what I do recommend is that you also get the chocolate melting cake because this is consistently awesome. Speaking of which, one hack in the main dining room to know about is that you can order multiple appetizers and desserts. You can also order up to 2 main dishes without any additional charge. And another hack brought to you by Professor Melissa is to look on the kids menu because you can find things like a banana split or macaroni and cheese. As you are looking at the menu and thinking about what you're going to order, think about the difference in the menu between things that you can get all the time and things that are available only that night. Most things on the menu are only available that night. You will see on the menu under everyday selections, these are the things that you can get any night. So if you're trying to decide between something that's available every night and anything else, I recommend that you get that anything else because it's not going to be available the next night if you're like, oh shoot, I wish I had tried that. The other thing is, if you get that and you don't like it, tell your waiter and they can swap it out for something different. All right, we are at number 2, and this is Guy's Pig and Anchor Barbecue. Now, Guy's Pig and Anchor is located on deck 10 aft, and they are only open on sea days and embarkation days. So if you want to try it out, make sure you get there early because the lines get crazy. Before we get to number 1, I want to talk about 2 honorable mentions. These are not actual restaurants, but you can get food there and they are listed as separate items on the Carnival website. The first one is Swirl's Soft Serve, and they have these ice cream and frozen yogurt stations on the Lido deck, in the back, and close to the midship around the buffet. The other honorable mention is room service. That's right, you can order room service and get a lot of things delivered straight to your room. The menu is a little bit more limited compared to almost any of the other options, but this is something that you can do. One hack as a wake-up call is to get room service delivered to you in the morning. You can set this up so you can have coffee delivered to you and as a wake-up call. What do you think? Have I talked about your favorite restaurant? And which order would you rearrange them to be? All right, are you ready for number 1? The number 1 free restaurant on the Carnival Radiance cruise ship is Guy's Burger Joint. Oh my gosh, I love Guy's Burgers. They are incredible, they are delicious. Most people who have them just love them and cannot get enough of them. Guy's Burger is open from 12 to 6 every day. So make sure you get your Guy's fix in during those hours because when they're not open, you can't get one. Here's a fun hack is to get a pretzel burger from the Carnival Deli, bring it to Guy's Burger, and now you can have a pretzel burger. Now hold on, now don't go anywhere because we still have the paid restaurant options to talk about on board the Carnival Radiance, but those are my rankings from worst to first for all of the free dining on board the Carnival Radiance. Now, for the paid restaurants, let's go through all of those from worst to first. Coming in at number 6 is Cucino di Capitano. I'm not sure if I'm even saying that right, but this is the Italian restaurant on board the Carnival Radiance. This is located on deck 10 aft, and it's right above the buffet. Now, a great hack for you to know is that you can actually eat here for free during lunch hours. It's a great way to get a free teaser to see if you like this style of food, and then that can help you decide if you want to come back for dinner. Number 5 is Fahrenheit 555, the steakhouse on board the Carnival Radiance. Now, this is a nice, cozy, intimate restaurant. The service is amazing. The ambiance is really great and much different than the main dining room. So if you want just a great sit-down experience, I highly recommend you try it out. Something to know is that reservations usually do go pretty quickly, so you can schedule those before you even get on the ship through the Carnival website. One fun fact is that if your reservation is on the first sailing night, embarkation day, is that you can get some free wine or credit towards an adult beverage. Fahrenheit 555 is located deck 4 midship, and it's actually right around the corner from the Sunrise Restaurant MDR. You can get there from the atrium lobby. Number 4 is the Java Blue Cafe. I know a lot of you are coffee lovers out there, and here is the specialty coffee on board the Carnival Radiance. But beyond just coffee, you can also get some sweet treats, some desserts that are a little bit elevated and more special than you will find in the free options elsewhere. You can find Java Blue Cafe midship deck 4 right off of the main lobby atrium. All right, number 3 is Bonsai Sushi. Now, Bonsai Sushi is located on deck 5 midship on the starboard right side of the ship. It's right past the casino, right before the Alchemy Bar. This is an additional price, but the prices are pretty good for sushi. You can always come here for a snack, and don't forget that they have dessert as well. All right, number 2 is Seafood Shack. This is located on deck 9, the Lido deck on the starboard or right side of the ship. Seafood Shack has some amazing seafood options. I've had the crab cake, the lobster roll, and the crab legs there, and I loved all of them. Before I get to number 1, here is an honorable mention, which is actually the main dining room. While most options in the main dining room are free, you can pay extra for a little bit nicer dinner. So you can get things like lobster, steak, you can even get sushi there. One thing to note is that the extra charge steak is not the same as the steak that you get in the Fahrenheit 555 restaurant. All right, the number 1 paid restaurant on board the Carnival Radiance cruise ship is also the secret and exclusive restaurant known to some insiders as Chef's Table. I spent $140 at the Chef's Table for this VIP premium dining experience with over 13 courses on the Carnival Radiance cruise ship. Watch my entire dining experience, but wait till the end for my honest review and recommendation. The Carnival Chef's Table. You might have heard of these legendary Chef's Table experiences that are offered on many cruise lines. They offer a one-of-a-kind, unique dining experience. On the Carnival Radiance, the cost is $119, plus an automatic 18% gratuity for a total of $140 per person. You will get 5 appetizers, 6 courses with champagne and red or white wine, then 2 desserts plus a paired port wine. The entire experience takes about 3 hours, and there's a lot of food, so make sure you come hungry.
Get in my belly!
The menu is preset and mostly the same across all Carnival ships. The chef is able to make some minor adjustments, especially if you have food allergies, so make sure you let the dining room staff and the chef know. I'm allergic to peas, so the chef was able to make my dishes without that. On the Radiance, the Chef's Table is in the Sunrise forward main dining room off the main atrium on deck 3. At 5:45 on the day of your reservation, you will wait outside the doors for one of the hosts to come find you. When your group is together, the chef will walk you through the main dining room to the back into a private area. The chef will tell us about the night and our dining experience before giving us a tour of the galley that serves both main dining rooms. One of the best desserts on board Carnival Radiance cruise ships is the chocolate lava melting cake. The chef shows us how to prepare and bake it at home for ourselves. We made our way to our private dining area and got settled. The night I was there was actually really cool because usually there are 12 guests, but this night there were only 7 of us. It was myself and 6 other beautiful women. We all got to talk more and get to know each other. Hi! We had a champagne toast before starting this really cool box full of crackers and bread. It had an amazing, slightly sweet butter. This was a Taijin salmon that started off the appetizers, and oh my gosh, it was so delicious. Then we had a shrimp cracker on a bed of coffee beans that was airy, but oh, really good as well. These are savory rosemary cookies that had a really interesting balance of different flavors, kind of sweet and savory, and it was paired with a corn milk horchata. I wasn't a super fan of the horchata, but everything else was amazing. One of the chefs served me this dehydrated mushrooms with truffled white chocolate and a mint moss. Oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. The combination of sweet and savory was something that you totally would not expect, but oh my gosh, it was amazing and it melted in your mouth. That's it for the hors d'oeuvres. We were also given a choice of red or white wine, depending on what we wanted to pair with our dishes. I asked for both and got it. Favor A. They were both incredibly delicious and paired so well with the different dishes. We started the main courses with a steak tartare and double beer battered fries. I was not able to eat the tartare because they had capers in it, but the fries were incredible. Inside our private room was a preparation area where the chefs finished all the dishes. Here we have a harvest greens salad. This smoke bubble looks so cool when it pops, and you can smell all of the amazing flavors from the more than 20 seasonal vegetables. Inside this cool bag was Gruyere and Parmesan beignets. Oh my gosh, so delicious. This course also had garlic rubbed spot shrimp with a sweet potato croissant. The shrimp was really good, and the sweet potato, oh my gosh, it was amazing. Then we had pan-seared black cod. We were told that it is the most expensive fish that they serve on board the Carnival. And oh my gosh, it really was amazing. The saffron beurre blanc sauce was, oh my gosh, chef's kiss. You eat the cod first, then you have this kind of garnish, and then you finish it off with a cooked lemon wedge, and that brought all of the flavors together. It really was kind of an experience, and the chef walks you through all the different steps and how to eat it. Then we had herb-crusted lamb. Oh my gosh, this was amazing. And whatever this thing was, this was really good too. The last main dish was a 12-hour braised short rib with a 30-layer black garlic dauphinoise, which is basically a fancy way of saying potato. The black garlic is really expensive and added so many layers of flavor to the potato. You eat it without, and then you have it with, and oh my gosh, it really brings out all the flavors, not only in the potato, but also in the braised short rib. Now, this short rib is the same dish that you would get in the main dining room. However, the long braising time and the presentation made this so much better than you have in either the main dining room or on the buffet. Finally, for dessert, we had this passion fruit celebration with chocolate petals. They pour this cream which makes the flower bloom. To pair with the dessert, we had this dessert port, and it was really delicious. Finally, we got this really cool dessert tower. It had an Irish cream praline, an uji matcha pinnacle, a raspberry glazed bonbon, and a cocoa nib kiss. The raspberry was okay, but the other 3 were unbelievable. There you have it, the entire Chef's Table experience. My honest review, it was worth every penny. The entire experience was amazing. The service, the experience, all amazing. So Luis, Maddie, Liv, and MJ, When we go on our next cruise, let me know if you all want to go on this chef's table because I definitely want to go again. And the food, the combination of all the different flavors, the pairings, so much going on that you will not usually taste together, just made for an unbelievable experience. This is a once in a lifetime experience that I highly recommend for you to try out. I would even recommend going on a Carnival cruise just so you can do the chef's table. That's how good it was. Join me for a spa tour on the Carnival Radiance cruise ship to explore all these amazing spa treatments and even find out how you can get a free massage teaser. The Carnival Radiance is one of the smaller Carnival ships, but for people like me, it's perfect. I love the cozy feel of these smaller ships and the fact that I can actually walk around the whole thing. There are so many amazing things to check out on this ship. Make sure you check them all out with this Carnival Radiance ship tour. Of course, one of the amazing things about this ship is the spa with their incredible services. On one of my recent sailings, I met some fans who requested that I make a spa video.
This guy's amazing. Good job. Keep it up.
Shelly.
Hey.
You boat bitches.
FYI, they came up with that name. All right, I love spas. Years ago, one of my friends ran a day spa and I got hooked on massages and facials. Of course, these services on cruise ships are next level, so let's check out everything they have to offer. First up,
If you want to look more elegant, I'm the one helping you out with that.
the hair and beauty salon where you can get your hair did, your nails did, your lashes and brows did, waxing, and even teeth whitening.
Hi honey, what you need today? Pedicure, it may look nice, it's so sexy.
Men can also get a luxurious shaves. Don't worry women, if you identify as a man, you can get a luxurious shave too. Next up, the Medi-Spa, where you can get things like Botox, dermal fillers, Dysport, non-surgical fat reduction, and even IV treatments for energy or if you're hungover. For massages, you can get stone therapy, bamboo, couples, Swedish, deep tissue, salt scrub massages, and more. Facials have all kinds of different facelift, wrinkle reducer, and even facials just for men. Now, if you purchase any of these services, you get access to these Cloud9 spa features. You've got the thermal suite,
It's harder than me.
the heated loungers, rain showers, aroma steam therapy, and your traditional sauna. Fun fact, you can get access to these services if you get a spa suite or by purchasing a week or day pass. A lot of people don't know about this. You do have to go ask the front desk for this. What's your go-to spa treatment when you're on vacation or a cruise? Let me know in the comments below. Last but not least is the gym. Anyone can access the gym because it's free to use. I love coming to work off the all-you-can-eat food that I love so much on cruises. You can also pay extra if you want to get fitness classes, personal training, get your core fitness score, or even get some nutrition coaching.
Oh my God.
Hi, my name is Chanel. I'm the spa manager on board the Carnival Radiance. Of course, we do have a lot to offer here. When you do come on your cruise, please make sure you check out our spas, our gyms, and our thermal facility. Guys, if you do want to come in, unwind, relax, and enjoy your cruise vacation, this is a place to spend the time, all right? Me and my team is here to take care of you. We do offer, whether it's massages, facials, manis, pedis, you name it, we do it. All right, we do also advanced facial rejuvenation treatment on board, which a lot of people don't know that we do, but we do. We also have amazing thermal suites such as your steam room, your sauna, and if you like aromatherapy, of course, this is the place to be. All right.
But wait, you didn't forget about the free teaser, did you? Well, good thing you stayed because I'm going to tell you how to get a free massage teaser as well as a chance to win free services. Check out your Carnival Hub app or read your fun times and look for this, the free massage taster. This lasts just a minute just to see how it feels, and it's basically long enough for you to crave a real massage. But it's free and they do this multiple times a day. So check it out and go check that out. Now on embarkation day, go take the spa tour because they can tell you so much more about their services, answer questions, but most importantly, you can enter for a spa giveaway. They do a bunch of giveaways. You do have to be present to win, but they have all kinds of amazing prizes. I was today years old when I found about these 4 hidden gems on board the Carnival Radiance cruise ship, including this secret lookout spot. I cannot believe these exist.
Wait, what?
Whatever you do, do not tell anyone else about these secret spots. And the last one is truly shocking. My name is Ruben and I love cruises. I sailed on the Carnival Radiance 3 times last year and I want to share what I found out. Even if you have sailed on the Carnival Radiance, I bet that you do not know about all 4 of these hidden gems and secret spots. The last one is something even expert cruisers do not know about. Let's count them down from least to most shocking. Number 4, the Alchemy Bar. You might have seen this bar on deck 5 aft, but did you know that this bar has the most unique mixed drinks that other bars do not have? Check out this menu here with passion potions, energizing elixirs, fountain of youth, relief for what ails, cocktail therapy, and the medicine cabinet. During the day, the bar is closed, so it is a great spot to read, work, or play games. One cruise, my friends and I played Uno Reverse here and had a ton of fun. Also, check out these seats that have outlets next to them to keep your electronics charged up. My favorite cabins are right around the corner and are way larger for the same price. Check out this video here if you promise not to tell anyone else about them. Number 3, the Serenity Lounge. Up on top of the ship on deck 12 and 14, 4 is the Serenity Lounge. The Serenity Lounge is on both sides of the ship on deck 14 and also goes down to deck 12 where there is a bar and jacuzzi. These padded loungers are a great place to get your sun on with less people around and definitely no kids. Fun fact, the jacuzzi here is hotter than the ones in the aft of the ship and definitely hotter than the ones in the central Lido deck. You might have known about the last 2 spots, but I bet you don't know about the next 2. Number 2, Chef's Table. This is a secret restaurant hidden in the back of the Sunrise restaurant on deck 3. It is a very exclusive restaurant, seating only 14 people every night.
Table with everyone.
It is a 13-course, 3-hour meal with fancy food and ingredient combinations you cannot find in any other Carnival Radiance restaurant. Even though it is an additional charge at more than $100 per person, I highly recommend it if it is in your budget. Did you know about all these spots? Or are you excited to try them out on your next cruise? Let me know in the comments below. Number 1, the secret lookout spot. Even if you knew about the last 3, I bet you did not know about this secret lookout spot on decks 6 and 7-4. It feels like you are trespassing into crew-only area, but you're not. Go through these doors, and when you get outside, you are treated to this amazing spot with great views. You sometimes see a few people here and there, but generally it's empty. It's great when you want to get away from the massive people or watch the sunrise or sunset. I have spent hours scouring the Carnival Radiance ship plans to find the best interior cabins. I almost didn't make this video because I didn't want my secret to get out there because, well, no one else is talking about these cabins. Hello, my name is Ruben and this is my channel, Ruben's Random Sandwich. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I talk about all kinds of random things that I love, and one of those random things that I love is cruising. The only thing I love more than cruising is finding an amazing deal on a cruise. For 2024, I planned out my calendar and figured out when I could go cruising. My initial thought was to get the cheapest room possible so I could cruise more. I would rather book 4 cruises a year in an interior cabin than 2 cruises a year on a balcony or a suite. But I'm curious, which one do you prefer? Comment below and let me know, which would you prefer? Would you rather cruise more often on a less expensive cabin or cruise less often but a better, more luxurious cabin? The best deck. When picking a room, you first need to pick the deck, and I personally prefer deck 5. Why is that? Well, because it is close to the main dining room, the MDR, because, well, food is one of my main reasons for cruising because I love food. It's also on the same deck as the casino because I love playing poker. And it is easy to go straight up to get to the aft pool, the jacuzzi, Guy's Burger, and even the buffet, which are all things I love going to. The only thing that I am far away from is the gym. And, well, needing to walk farther to the gym is actually almost a bonus. I get more of a workout in. Have you never been on the Carnival Radiance but want a ship tour? Well, don't worry, I've got you covered. Check out this video with the Carnival Radiance cruise ship tour when you're done watching this video. 9 cabin tips. All right, before I share my secret for the best interior cabins, I want to give you a few tips to make the best of any cabin you get. Tip number 1, take a photo and take videos when you first get in the cabin. This is because this is the cleanest the cabin will ever be. You don't have your stuff in there. You haven't been living in there. It looks immaculate and it's ready for Instagram, for TikTok. You know, you don't have to be an influencer, but you probably want to share a picture with your friends and family. So take that picture before it gets all dirty. Tip number 2, unpack and get settled as soon as possible. So there's so many fun things to do on the ship, but on embarkation day, I recommend getting unpacked and unsettled so you have everything, your clothes don't get more wrinkly, and you just know where everything is. Tip number 3, once you are done unpacking, put that suitcase underneath the bed. This is an easy hack to get more space out of your room. Tip number 4, utilize all the different power and USB outlets that are available. Here you can see, at least in my room, there were some USB plugs above the bed. There are also some outlets above the bed. There are some outlets in the room. And speaking of which, that brings me to tip number 5, which is to bring a 220 volt converter to get even more power. All right, tip number 6, bring a nightlight. And this makes it easier to see the room when it's dark. Tip number 7, check this out. In the shower, there is a, I don't know what you call it, but there is this little drawstring thing that you can hang your clothes on. Tip number 8, there's a fridge, so you can store food in there, drinks, snacks, all kinds of random stuff. If you get some chocolate, you can keep that cool. Tip number 9, check out this seat. It actually doubles as a storage compartment, so you can open it up here and you can put stuff inside it. The best cabins. Okay, so which are the best cabins? Well, on the Carnival Radiance, there are actually 1,448 staterooms total. I found the 20 best cabins. But first, you have to promise me that you will not tell anyone else about these cabins because, well, there's only 20 of them.
Please, no! No!
We need to be able to book these cabins so no one else will. So I know that you are promising not to tell anyone. Hit that subscribe button so that I know that you are not going to tell anyone else. Check out this Deck 6 plan. You see how all the interior cabins look the same, even the balcony rooms? But look at these cabins right here. They are shaped a little bit different than the other interior cabins. Because of that, these square cabins feel bigger than the traditional rectangular shaped cabins. Here's a comparison between the two, and I've stayed in both. The square ones feel so much bigger.
I always call it massive. Sometimes they say huge.
Look at all the sports space. So much aerobics in here. So many activities.
Also, a big thanks to my fans.
Hey everyone, these are
These boat bitches.
Thank you so much for coming up and saying hi. If you see me on a cruise, come up and say hi so we can take a photo and a video together. Okay, so there are only 20 of these square cabins out of all the 1,448 staterooms on the Carnival Radiance. But don't worry. Now, there are 4 on deck 3, 4. That's the front. There are 5 of these deck 5 aft. That's the back. And there are 11 on deck 6 mid. Have you found any ducks yet? Comment below if you have. Are you cruising to Catalina Island with Carnival on the Radiance, Frenzy, or Panorama? Do not waste your money on overpriced excursions. I'm going to show you the best free thing to do that's only minutes from the ship, and it ends with dessert. My name is Ruben, and I am not a cruise expert, but I approve this message. Have you been to Catalina Island before? Comment below what is your favorite thing to do, and let us know if this is your first time or if you're planning your first cruise. This 15-minute walk is a must-do when you stop at Catalina Island. So put on your walking shoes as we hike to the best lookout spot on the island. Also, keep your eyes peeled for hidden ducks along the way. Comment below with their timestamps, and if you find all of them, you might get a shout out. At various points in the video will be opportunities for you to choose your own adventure. Let the video play to follow the detours, or skip ahead to the chapter marker if you want to get to the lookout spot as fast as you can. To get to Catalina Island from your cruise ship, you are going to take a tender boat. Go down to deck 1 and wait in line to get on the boat. When you arrive at Avalon, walk up the walkway to the top of the pier ramp and turn right. Don't worry, I am going to give you turn-by-turn, step-by-step directions, so when you get here, you will know exactly where to go. Walk all the way down this strip and turn right when you get to the start of this downtown area. Once you are on the boardwalk, you are going to keep walking past all of these shops on your left. Now don't worry, we're going to come back. There are some great restaurants and shops here that we will stop by on the way back. Keep walking, and when you get to this intersection is our first choose your own adventure. As we keep going, we find this little shopping complex. There is this coffee shop that my friends and I found while we stayed on the island for a week. They have some good coffee and some nice pastries. Now let's go back, and we will keep walking until this street splits into 3 options. The middle option takes us up this hill towards the lookout spot, but let's take the far right option and check out this other free lookout spot at the casino. Keep walking down this walkway and you will see this huge round building that's called the casino, but there's no casino in it. On the ocean side, there are some great views here, and you can even see your cruise ship. Now, if you keep walking down, you get to the Descanso Beach Club, where sometimes you can even see deer. But let's get back on track and head back to the road where it splits and take the middle option and head uphill. When you get to the end and the street turns left, go straight and take these stairs all the way up. This is a great time to take a break and check out the amazing view. Continue climbing these stairs until you get to this dead end where you see this black gate. Then turn left and get ready for an even steeper set of stairs. Whew. All right, let's keep going. Man, so many stairs. There's a few twists and turns here, but that's okay. Keep going. Don't forget to take some breaks to check out your progress and see the amazing views as they start getting better and better. Oh, and speaking of breaks, did you catch the ducks that I've been sprinkling into the video? Shout out to both Chris's, Chris with a C and Chris with a K. Chris with a K has her own YouTube channel, Ohio Travels with Chris. Go check her out. When we get to the top, it looks like we are walking through someone's driveway alley. Don't worry, keep walking until you see this area and turn to your left to check out this nice view. This is Avalon. Okay, back to the hike. Keep walking and curve right while heading downhill. When you get to the end, turn left and walk down this road until it dead ends at the T. Look out for traffic and then turn right to start heading uphill again. From here, we will be walking up and on a roadway, so watch out for both cars and golf carts. Straight in front of you is this bench. We are going to take a water break. We're going to come here, chill, sit down, and take a water break. Okay, let's get back at it. Follow the road and keep winding upwards. When you get to this T intersection, keep going straight past the do not enter sign. In front of you is the Zane Grey Pueblo Hotel, and here you turn right. As you round the corner to turn left, check out this house on the hill. Wouldn't this be a sweet place to live? Keep an eye out for golf carts and keep going up. You can start seeing some great views of the cruise ship here. You're doing great. Stay with me. We will get there. And remember, the end is going to be amazing. This hike ends with amazing views and the best ice cream on the island. Up here on the right is the Chimes Tower of Avalon. Quick explanation. Catalina Island is the name of the entire island, and Avalon is the incorporated city where most of the tourists hang out and where you come either from a cruise ship or you can come here from Los Angeles. Now, if this video has already been fun and helpful, please smash that subscribe button, as it really helps the YouTube algorithm, and you will also get more Carnival videos coming your way. When you get to the top and see this fence, sneak past it and make your way out to the lookout point and rejoice because you are here. To the left, you can see out into the ocean and more of Catalina Island, but to the right is where you get this amazing view of the city of Avalon. Now, before you head back to the ship, do not miss stopping at Sailor's Delight. This is a hidden gem and has the best ice cream on the entire island. It's better than swirls. Now that you have seen Catalina's best free secret, we're almost there. Check out this next video. According to Forbes magazine, 54% of people will do work while on vacation.
Wait, what?
Here's how I stay productive and work remotely while on the Carnival Radiance cruise ship. There are many challenges to working on a cruise ship. Here are 3 of them. Stay to the end for tips on how to balance work and enjoy your vacation even more. If you are anything like me, you are driven, focused, achieving, motivated. And when you are on vacation, you can't help but be productive and do work. There are many reasons people might want to be productive and work remotely while sailing on a cruise ship. I know many people who work remotely are students or work for themselves and love the flexibility and ability to work remotely while still taking a vacation. There are many challenges to working on a cruise ship. Here are 3 of them. You might not know what to bring, where to work, or even how to get internet access. Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through all 3 of these. What to bring? Well, you definitely don't want to bring a suit like this, except for elegant night. One of the best things about working remotely is that you don't need to get all dressed up. You can work in your pajamas. Some things that you will want to bring are your phone and laptop. You definitely want to bring your phone because this is how you access the Carnival Hub app and find out what's going on for your vacation and on this ship. Now, you also want to bring a laptop or even an iPad so that you can actually do work, whether this is sending emails, writing things. I've sat and written and edited my book on a cruise ship. I've also done video editing. All of these things you can do on your laptop and you can do from anywhere, which takes us to number 2, which is where do you actually work? Here's my secret spot working on the Carnival Radiance. And I think other Carnival ships have this too. And this is right here in the Alchemy Bar. During the day, the bar is closed and usually there are not many people, if any people here at all. I love pulling up this chair right here and I will sit down because there's also an outlet. I can plug in my laptop. I can sit here and read while enjoying the ocean view, or just sit here and work while charging up my phone, my laptop, or my iPad. Let me know in the comments why you love working while you're on a cruise ship. And would you cruise more if you could be productive and work? Another place that I like to work is on the Lido deck. Sometimes I will get up early in the morning to watch the sunrise, have some coffee, and then sit out here and read and do some work because there's almost no one out here. Finally, there's always your stateroom. When I'm on a cruise and I record video for these videos, I will sometimes come back and just do some work, do some editing right here in my stateroom because I know I have everything. I've got my bathroom if I need it. I've got power. I've got all of my things that I need. And sometimes just working in my stateroom works for me. Even better if you've got an ocean view with a suite or a balcony. Number 3 is What about Wi-Fi? How am I going to send an email if I don't have an internet connection? That's a great question, and that's why I recommend purchasing the Wi-Fi, but getting the fastest available speeds you can. While I was on the Radiance once, I did some internet speed tests and found some surprising things. You can get decent speeds, but oftentimes your speeds are actually pretty slow. Here's the range that I found from the slowest all the way up to the fastest. It is fast enough to do some emailing, you can Slack, you can get access to some websites. I've been able to upload a short video to some of my social media, my YouTube, but even that took a long time sometimes, even for a short 60-second video. So I would not rely or think that you are able to do things like conference calls or upload or download huge files. And this takes me to the final section where I'm going to give you a few tips on how to actually balance your work and enjoy your vacation even more. Number one is to set some boundaries. You want to decide beforehand what are your boundaries for work. How many hours a day will you work? Or maybe you'll decide you're going to do all of your work in one day. Whatever method works best for you, set some boundaries so that you can make sure you have time that you can enjoy your cruise. Or tip number two, have your cake and eat it too. One of the reasons I love cruising is because just being on the ship is relaxing to me. But on the same token, I also love working. I'm one of those type A people that I will just work and charge hard and do and want to be productive. If this is you, you can do the same. You can do some work and actually enjoy your work more on a cruise ship than you might in a coffee shop or working at home or working remotely at home. Tip number three is that sometimes you just need and want to fully disconnect and not actually work at all while you're on a cruise ship. I know that I will do this sometimes and I will not get Wi-Fi, I will not turn on my phone, and that is really just a week that I can disconnect, not talk to anyone, not think about work, and really let my brain and body just reset itself and be ready to go back to work when I come back. Wow, you did it! Now check out this Ultimate Frenzy video.